you and welcome to Doerhrm Coffee Talks. Yeah, and that we talk in real time with you on education and business. Well, and on today's show, we are actually going to talk about how to fight a business warfare like Sun Tzu. Yeah, now he is actually the ancient Chinese warlord, and now I wish to actually introduce this colleague. His name is actually William. He is actually our performance coach. Yeah, of the companies. Hi, William. Probably a brief introduction of yourself.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Ng. Yeah, hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm William Chang from Offset Group. It's nice to meet all of you here today.
Yep. Thank you. Well, now, who is actually Sun Tzu? Yeah. And for those actually familiar with Chinese warfare, ancient Chinese warfare, not current warfare. Well, you all probably know about this name by the name of Sun Tzu. Well, he was actually a Chinese general, and he's the most famous author for this book called The Art of War. And it's actually one of the first document on military strategies. Yeah. Now, for myself, I love actually this. I love to read story about this warfare. You know, as a guy. Well, there's actually 5 quotes that I love most, and I actually implemented in my daily life as well as my business. Well, the first one is actually a leader leads by example, not by force. Well, it's actually by Sun Tzu. Can you imagine that? Around 2,500 years ago, Sun Tzu already written this, and it's actually a practice that advocated by Western. That is, leaders should actually lead by showing good example. Well, this quote, this guideline already been existing since more than 2,000 over years ago. Yeah. Well, whether is it true or not? Yeah. Should we only lead by example and not actually forcing it? Tell what, I'm actually trying to force my son to listen to me. Seriously, it doesn't work over times. Well, so it's actually one of the proof to tell me that if I actually trying to shape anyone character or behavior by force, seriously, it is not achievable. So what I can do now is I actually trying to be a good example at home, be a good father, and doing the right things like reading books during my free time, you know. So hopefully my son, by seeing that and probably with my I would say friendly reminder, they will tend to kind of follow. But seriously, until now, not much success that I have. Okay, well, and next quote, which is actually one of the things that I love most also. In the middle of chaos, there is also opportunities. Is that true? Well, you may actually say, Mr. Ng, there are so many companies actually going bankrupt. Yeah, and especially for company in tourism business, as well as this hotel. Yeah, hotel. Well, look into other industry. Okay. Now, for example, for the Zoom that we actually use now, and for us, we actually use it on a daily basis. Do you all know or not how many times of this Zoom business be multiplied? Try to guess. This Zoom business at one time before the pandemic, it was somewhere around 22 million. Okay, 22 million. Okay, what is their turnover for now? Okay, 22 million, it was actually their profit. Now, what is their profit for now? Try to guess. What is their business now? And before the pandemic, their sales was somewhere around, okay, it's actually a whopping numbers also. Yeah, before the pandemic, it was actually 200 million, okay, per quarter. Okay, what do you think the number is now? Try to guess. Okay, try to guess. You can actually type it in your chat box and let me know. What is the number do you think has actually Zoom increased in terms of the numbers? Anyone? You can type in terms of multiple. Seriously, is in terms of multiple. Is 1 time, 2 times, 3 times? Well, tell what, if 3 times, meaning the number is 600 million. Okay, there's a whopping increase. But tell me, what is your guess for this Zoom business? You know, today, current as compared to pre-pandemic time? Yeah. Any response into the chat box? Let me see. Let me try to log in into my this Facebook. See whether am I able to see the numbers or not. Well,
I'll give you an answer.
oh
Currently,
yeah.
there's no comments.
Oh, no comment yet. Okay, probably you guys are still a bit shy. Probably I will actually let you all know the numbers. It's actually 5 times. Tell what, 5 times, seriously. 1,000 million US dollar per quarter, meaning per every 3 months. That is the revenue record for Zoom. Yeah. Yes. During the chaos time, right? There's also opportunities. So learn to look elsewhere. What are the opportunities? But sometimes this opportunity can also happen into the same field that you are actually into it now. What you need to do now is probably is practice this. Do not actually limit by the resources or the environment that we have. Yeah. But don't give ourselves an excuse. Sun Tzu actually said there are no more than 5 primary colors. Okay, what are these 5 primary colors in the olden days? It is actually blue, yellow, red, white, and black. Well, yet by combining of this primary color, say, if we wanted to get the green color, because green color is not actually appear in this primary color in the ancient time. Well, how do we actually can get this green color? Do you want to actually try with your this science that you have learned back in your primary school? What sort of color that you mix? You all tend to get green. Yeah, want to try or not? 2 color. What color that you mix can actually get green? Yeah. Probably you're still trying. Let me tell you, the answer is blue and yellow. Then you get the green. But what happens if you mix 3 primary color? So this is what it means. When we actually mix around with this idea, yeah, we can get endless type of combination. So, and with this color, they will produce more colors, probably in terms of millions, yeah, that we can see. Okay. So never limit ourselves by the environment and also the resources that we have. So what we need is actually to be more creative. Yeah. Now by being more creative, right, we will then become more resourceful. So that is one of the things for company that is able to turn around during this crisis. Yeah. Now another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about is actually a teaching from this Sun Tzu. He said, success is many people actually wanted, am I right? And what it takes discipline and execution. And yeah, many people have great ideas. Okay, have great ideas. Now, but many people, according to our this modern business world research, more than 50% actually fail at what? Execution. Some actually execute very slowly, and some actually execute half. So it didn't actually achieve what they actually wanted to achieve actually. So for this, Sun Tzu actually said, for strategy, we need to actually make it become smarter. Okay, now we have actually heard of this smart strategy, am I right? Now, how to actually make our this strategy become smart? It is actually by following these 5 guidelines. According to this Sun Tzu, he said, one of the way to make it become smart is we need to make it specific, very clearly. Everybody know what it is. Okay. And the next thing is make it measurable. Yeah. So we are able to track whether are we actually halfway through or we are still falling behind. There's something need to be done. Now, and the next thing is this strategy, it need to be achievable. Yeah, it need to be achievable. Cannot be something you just plug from the nowhere and it's actually high up. It's actually a star for you to impossible to kind of reach it. Now the next thing is actually being relevant. Yeah, you need to be relevant to what you are actually doing and things that you wanted to achieve. And the last thing is time bound. So you cannot say I want to actually achieve it but never put in the deadline. So it's very important thing is be smart for the strategy. And how to actually achieve that? Well, there is a tools allow you all to actually do that. Yeah, and the tool is actually OKR. That is actually a topic we are actually going to cover tomorrow. So to please come over for our this tomorrow Copy Talk Live. Yeah. Now we will then introduce you what is this objective key result. That is in short OKR all about. Okay, the next thing is emphasized by Sun Tzu. It is actually speed. It needs to be fast. We need to be fast. In war, right? In war, very, very important. What is of great importance in war is actually extraordinary speed. Yeah. And one cannot afford to neglect the opportunity. Now, what does it mean? I wish to actually borrow the case study of this Uber and Grab. Okay, Uber and Grab. And how they actually kind of react to each other's timeline. All right, just to let you all know, yesterday we were actually had our this live yesterday, but due to technical reason, we actually didn't kind of retain our this live record in our this page. So I'm going to share more about this Grab today. Now, Grab actually founded in 2012. All right. Now, and Google actually came into Malaysia in the year of 2014. And during this time, both companies actually move very fast. Now, how fast is actually move? Now, just to share with you all, Grab, when it actually first started in Malaysia by the founder of Anthony Tan and Hui Ling. Now, these two companies, the next year, they actually enter into Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand very fast. And the next year, and the following year, 2014, they actually moved their headquarters to this Singapore already, and they enter into the market of Vietnam, Indonesia. And at the same time, they raised $250 million from this SoftBank. Yeah. Well, from this timeline, you can see these two companies moving really fast, and they were fighting very fiercely, you know, at the time. Seriously, very, very fiercely. Now, these two companies, at the end, who win? I think by now you all know the answer, am I right? The answer is, of course, Grab actually won the race, and it is not without cost. It is with a huge cost, of course. And also this Uber, seeing the situation, they actually move out from this market, but it's not, they actually reach out to another strategic level where Grab actually acquired this Uber, and Uber actually taking quite a substantial share in this Grab. Now, do you all know not? Uber actually have a profit share, not the profit share, the shareholding of nearly 15% or slightly more than 15%. Yeah, and when they first doing this transaction, right? Initially, Uber actually have owned up to 28% of these Grabs. All right, so that will be at a strategy level, and how fast to move is actually that important. Okay, now the next thing that I wanted to talk about this Sun Tzu actually said how important is this speed, right? It's because if we do not move fast enough, right, the truth will actually become discouraged. Okay, and you know, when we actually run a long-term campaign, right, usually we have a run-out of these resources. So it's actually very important to move really fast. And to me, Grab and Uber move super fast because of the resources that they have, you know, the money. Yeah. Now, very, very important, especially happen to those new businesses, right? New businesses. And we should actually make the business to be off the ground, up and running as fast as possible. So then what should be the strategy? The strategy can be tap into the advantage of current digital marketing that we have now. Okay. This morning, I have this colleague, William, just share me one thing. Oh, Mr. Ng, we got another inquiry into us through this website. I say, oh, that's good. And try to find out how did we bring in this inquiry. Well, William, after he do a quick check, right, he told me, oh, it's actually through the website and most likely through this SEO. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So it is actually one of the very, very useful, I would say, approach for any company in this era wanted to grow their business quickly. Okay. and effortlessly. And this is one of the way, sorry, it's not without effort, sorry. Now, not to misleading you, we have put in a lot of effort and a lot of investment in terms of manpower as well as the money, all right, into doing a good SEO. Okay. Now, of course, you need to get the right partner, your digital partner. For us, we are actually fortunate enough to have this I would say associate partner. His name is KL, and we are actually starting up a course to help this new founder onto how to be able to grow their business, the small business, effortlessly. Sorry, it's not without effort. It is how to get the client, how to attract the client without actually selling. Yes, this will be our I would say things that we wanted to help our small SME. Yeah, okay. Now the next thing about this Sun Tzu, right? He also advocate search for an easy attack point, about our opponents. If we see our what we call our enemy is actually strong, try to avoid the war. Yeah, and where should we actually strike? Strike at the place that they're actually weak in. So one of the way Sun Tzu do not actually advocate working hard only. He actually say try to work smart. Okay. Now in our this business world, how to actually work smart? So one of the way is actually networking. Yeah, networking. So it's actually tapping on the network that we come across, and one of the way we actually building our network is actually through our synergized partner. Yes, for our one of the purpose for us to have this live show is actually to let our audience know what do we do and what is our specialties. And one of the things that we actually specialize in is we are actually helping our audience and also the customer, right, on this thing called human resource management software, where we're actually helping our client to be able to automate their human resource process as well as improving the performance management. Yeah, so that is actually one of the tools, and this part it will be covered very clearly by my colleague William shortly. Yeah, and myself will talk about this one important thing is how to. It's actually very important to manage energy and staying motivated according to this Sun Tzu. Yeah, and why is that so? When we actually fight a long war, seriously, the troop will actually become tired. Very important, and the motivation will not be as big again when the project that we actually take on will involve a lot of time and also energy. So it's actually very important to have this celebration, when we're actually hitting our milestone in our project. So, and this part, we were actually going to talk more with you all for our tomorrow sessions. Now, one very important lesson that Sun Tzu actually shared is be flexible. Yeah, this actually another idea he actually shared to us. Now, and very important things are by being flexible, it means we are carving our goal in stone and writing our plan on sand. Okay, what does it mean? It means be flexible with our action plan in order to accomplish our things that we wanted to achieve in our business. Okay, now business that are actually flexible in a daily operation, it tend to grow at a faster rate. What is the reason? Reason it is able to grow faster because the people that actually into the business together, the colleague, the team member, they tend to enjoy more. They tend to enjoy better. They tend to be able to involve more. Reason being, by being flexible in terms of how to execute to achieve the result, will kind of promote the buy-in. The team will actually how to break it will be engaged more. Why? Because the idea actually came up from this person. Am I right? So this is one of the things, and one of the last ideas that this Sun Tzu said expect the best, but prepare for the worst. Yes, and during this time, in order for us to remain motivated, and one of the way is we need to know what is the worst scenario going to be and prepare for that. Okay, be prepared for that. And then I wish to actually, before I pass over to this colleague, William, I wish to share another two quotes which I actually like most. And one of the quote is actually said by this Sun Tzu. He said, the best way to conquer the enemy is to attack his strategy. Well, yes, and that is how we actually see Grab and Uber, how they actually fight with each other. And at the end of the day, Grab actually won the game. Now, how did this Grab won actually? Grab, one of the very, I would say, powerful strategy the app is actually localized to the custom, to the culture of the people of the country. Now this is what actually being practiced by this Grab, and this is also one of the reasons that they managed to actually kill, I would say, Uber. But in actual fact, they are now collaborate. Okay, they are now collaborate. Now, and the last thing is actually the last quote, the final quote, which I actually wanted to share with you all is, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. Okay, now, with this ancient wisdom, we actually developed these tools called SWOT analysis. Okay, now with that, I wish to pass it to William. It is actually a commercial time to share to you all what sort of problem does our system actually solve. So one of the way is strategy. Yeah, William, I pass over to you.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ng, for the very informative sharing.
Yeah.
Yes, I like one of the concept that you shared just now, which is the mixture of different color, and then we get another different color. So when it comes to this SWOT analysis, it is like you identify what is your company strength and opportunity, and what are the relevant strategy that you can come up from there. All right. So I will actually share my screen on this SWOT analysis. I just quick while. Okay. Can you see my screen here?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yes. All right. So basically, in this SWOT model in Doerhrm, we are able to plan out our company internal and external factors, which is our strength and opportunity and our weakness and threats. All right. So what is this strength? These are the things that we are actually good at now. All right. So for the things that we are good at, we should actually maintain them, or we build on them, or even better, we leverage on our strength. All right. Whereas for this weakness is something which is bad now. Okay. So either we change them or we stop them. Whereas for this opportunity, this is something that are good for the future, so that we can actually prioritize them. What are things that we can prioritize them? Whereas this threat is something that are actually bad for the future. So we can look into what kind of actions, in order to eliminate or at least avoid the threats. So based on these 4 factors here, we can derive out our strategy. Okay, based on the strength, opportunity, the weakness and opportunity, the strength and threat, or the weakness and threat. Right. So basically, this is everything regarding to our SWOT analysis. But one thing is that for company to apply the SWOT itself is actually something, I would say, not enough. Okay, the SWOT should come with what? The goal and objective. And then we set up our SWOT analysis. And then from there, we plan our strategy and we start to evaluate and measure on our strategy. All right, and then we execute the corrective action. Okay, so for this goal setting part, we're actually going to run a live tomorrow regarding to this OKR, like what Mr. Sean has actually discussed. All right, so basically this is everything regarding to the SWOT. Okay, I'll pass it back to Mr. Ng. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, William. Now, I wish to actually invite you all to come to this live session again tomorrow. Now, for those actually interested into knowing more about how to apply this SWOT, yes, we are actually having this training and program sessions. It is actually a 2 days training program plus a 3 months coaching sessions. And and a 1 year long, I would say, inner circle coaching. Yeah. So for this information, you all can always come back to us, reach us. Then we will actually share more information with you all. Okay. Now it is actually fully 100% HRDF claimable. Yeah. And for this this week, we are actually going to run a daily live session from 1 to 1:30. Now, this week it is actually a time for us to also to find out whether daily will you all be there to listen to our this sharing or not. So, can I have some feedback from you all? Would you all be interested to see us daily or 3 times a week, or probably more frequent or less frequent? Would you all actually tell us, and just type the numbers? Yeah, just type the numbers in the chat box, so that we know what is your this thought. Yeah, you're seeing us weekly, 2 times a week, or 3 times a week would be good. What will be your preference? Yeah. Okay. Now, so sorry, I was not able to see the Facebook numbers. Yeah. Anyone responded to these questions? No, ha. Okay, so shy, huh? Or nobody over to the other side. Okay, now, but no matter what, tomorrow for our this Zoom, for those that are actually interested to come in, we're actually going to talk about this VUCA, something about this change management. Yeah, it is actually going to be presented by one of very experienced corporate trainer. His name is actually Desmond. He used to be very active in Hong Kong, and recent year he actually back into this Malaysia. Well, tomorrow's session is actually 4 o'clock, and the link live for that Zoom. If you are actually interested to send us a request, yeah, you all know how to actually reach us. Okay, so fast, it's actually 1:30 already. Well, yes, it has come to the end of our this live talk. Well, right now it's actually a Q&A time. If you actually have any questions, you can send us your these questions. Yeah. And if you all wanted to know more about this Sun Tzu, of course, I'm not the authority of Sun Tzu, but I can actually kind of share to you how we actually apply some of the strategy, and it really worked for us. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry for the interruption, but Chang Aun, he replied with saying 3 days per week is good. 3 times up.
3 days per week is good. Okay, thank you for the feedback. Yes, it's kind of matched with what we have discussed earlier. Yes. at 12 o'clock, William Chang and one of another colleague, Era, we have actually had a meeting. Okay, what is the frequency is good. Yeah, it matched with us. Now, yes, soon you will be seeing us 3 times a week, but for this week, we intend to still do it on a daily basis. And soon you'll be seeing us appear on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Yeah, and Friday will be our, I would say, a webinar. It's actually a 1 hour webinar. The main speaker usually will be our guest speaker. Those usually will be either long time in a corporate, or they are actually some very, very experienced consultant and coaches. Okay. Wow. That's about all. Any other questions or responses from our this Facebook audience? If no, I would say thank you so much for being with us. Yeah.
I would like to say there's a correction from Mr. William. He said that VOCA is actually on Thursday, not tomorrow.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I thought today is actually Wednesday. Oh, okay. Oh, can see how without the guideline of slide, right? I tend to not be able to remember many details. Thank you, Melvin, for these corrections. Yes, I will see you on this coming Thursday for this webinar, VUCA. Yeah, VUCA. Yes, in short. Something about volatility, something about uncertainty, something about change. Yeah, and it will be kind of presented by our this partner. His name is Desmond, and seriously, he has actually introduced our system to his friends in Hong Kong. And yes, we are actually talking seriously for now for establishing more partnership. Yes, this is the network which I actually talk about through this Zunzi wisdom. Okay, well, I think it's 1:33 now. I would say thank you so much. Yeah, I would say that's all for now. Thank you. I'll see you all tomorrow on this.
Thank you so much. Okay.